Hello everyone, welcome to Computer Science and IT Gate Coaching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get the instant notification of my free lecture. So now in this lecture we are going to start bubble sort. Bubble sort we are going to start. So as the name they have given you that the bubble sort. Why it is having the name bubble sort? Because it work as a bubbles. Okay. So right, the bubble sort get it name. The bubble sort. The bubble sort get its name. Its name because elements tends to element tends to move up because elements tends to move up into the correct order into the correct order into the correct order like bubble rising, the way the bubble rising in the surface, in that way we are going to make the element sorted. Okay, so bubble sort get its name because elements tends to move in its correct order. Elements tends to move in its correct order, like bubble rising in the surface, like the bubble rising to the surface. Okay, if you are done with the writing, then you can let me know. Now see, bubble sort is the simplest. Bubble sort is the simplest sorting algorithm. Bubble sort is the simplest sorting algorithm that works by by repeatedly swapping the repeatedly swapping the adjacent elements if they are in wrong order. If they are in wrong order, so bubble sort is the simplest sorting algorithm that work by repeatedly swapping the adjacent element. So it is going to swap the repeatedly. It's going to swap the adjacent element if they are in a wrong order. Okay. Not only we are here, we are finding the first max. That as in selection sort, always we are finding the minimum. Then we are doing the swap. But here it is not like that. Here we are repeatedly going to swap with the within the adjacent element. Means if you are having some element, it is having 9, it is having 6, then 3, then 2, 1, then see 9 is greater, so it will do swap between these two. It is not in a correct position. If I am sorting in ascending order, then 6 will come here, then 9, then in 9 and 3 it will get swap. Okay, like this repeatedly it is going to swap. Okay, that work by repeatedly swapping the adjacent element. So it is going to swap the adjacent element. So here 6, here 3, 9, here 2, 1. Okay, now this it is going to swap. It will be 6, 3, 2, 9, and here 1. Similarly, it will swap this. Okay, so it is going to do repeatedly swapping the adjacent element if it is not in the correct position. 6, 3, 2, 1, 9. Okay, like this it will work. So in one iteration, you are going to get one element in its correct position. In one iteration, you got one element in its correct position. So the biggest element you got in the correct position. Okay. So it is having a two type. One is simple bubble sort, and other is some modified bubble sort. Okay. So first I will show you the simple bubble sort. So let's write void bubble sort, which is going to have int array. Okay, int array, and so void bubbles of int array int n, This is the size of the array, and this is having the input n. Okay, so now you are going to do int let me first show you the this one, okay, which is not having, means the not improved one, simple one. So let me take that one. So what we will do, for I equal to int, I will assume int I and j. This I am declaring to variable because I will require, just a minute, just a minute, I'm coming. Now see, int ij, okay. So for j equal to 0, sorry, I equal to 0, first I will use I. For I equal to 0, this I is going to say that how many times, means it is going to say that iteration, how many iteration you have did, means see, to sort this 5 element, how many, 6 element, this 5 element, how many iteration you require, 4 iteration you require. One iteration, in one iteration this one element will get sorted, second element, third element, 4 iteration. So you require 4 iteration, because the last one you don't require to iterate, because it will be in correct position only. Are you getting that? So in one iteration, you will get one correct, in second and third, then fourth. So you require one less. Okay. So I should be smaller than n, not equal. You require one less, and I plus plus. Now you are going to do. See, this is not the modified. This is not the improved one. Now when j is equal to 0, j is smaller than n minus 1. Why this j I am using to compare the pairwise comparison. This loop is going to do pairwise comparison. It will compare this with this, then this with this, then this with this. So if j index is 0, 1, 2, 3, you need to go till 3, because if 3, then 3, 4 you will compare. Like you can compare a3 and a3 plus 1, 3 plus 1, like aj is there, then you can compare with aj plus 1, aj plus 1. Okay, so you will go till 1 less and minus I. Why minus I? Because this is saying the iteration, the number of element it's get sorted. This is saying the number of element it gets sorted. So if in the beginning it is going to sort one element, so when it is 0 means initially no element get in a correct position. Okay, so n minus 1 it will go, then j plus 1. See, I will take one array and I will execute this bubble sort. Okay, so don't take tension if you're not getting it now. Now if I will check if a of j is greater, if a of j is greater, like 6 is greater than aj plus 1, 3. If it is greater than aj plus 1, what I will do, I will do this swap, I will do this swap. So swap, I will call the function swap, which is going to swap a of j and a of j plus 1, a of j plus 1. Okay, this I am going to do. Okay, so this loop is get finished here. Now this loop is going to finish here, and done. This I am going to, so this is not the improved one, this is not the improved one. Now see this way how it is performing. Okay, let me take one array, let me take one array. So my array is having, say till now, first let me know whether it is clear or not. Anyone having any doubt here? Till now anyone having any doubt, then please let me know. So what I am doing, I am comparing the pairwise element and checking whether which one is smaller or which one is greater. Please let me know whether it is clear or not. So this is for this is for this. Fine. I think that no one is having any doubt. So now I am taking one array which is having 10, 20, 10, 50, 10, 50, 20, 40, 60, 70, then 90. Sorry, 50. Okay. Now in step 1, in step 1 I is equal to 0. I is equal to 0, I small n is 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So total you are having 7 element. Total you are having 7 and I is 0. 0 is smaller than 7. Yes, smaller. Now j is equal to 0. J is equal to, so here you can even write n minus 1 because I should go till 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. You can even write n minus 1 if you want to improve. See, in asymptotic wise, if you will run this till smaller than n or till n minus 1, both is going to take the same time. Asymptotic wise, it is not going to do any impact. So you can, if you want to write either n or n minus 1, it is fine. Okay. So only one iteration it is going to take more, so nothing will happen. So now when I is equal to 0, I equal to 0, now j is equal to 0, j is smaller than n minus 1, 6. N minus 1 is 6 and minus I is your 0, yeah, is smaller. Now it's saying that a of j, comparing a of j plus 1. n is greater? No. Then j will increment 1. Then j will increment 50. 50 is greater? Yes, 50 is greater. Then this j plus 1. See, array of j is greater than a of j plus 1. Yes, then swap. So these two will get swapped. So here 20 will come, here 50 will come. Now j will be 2. 2 is greater than 30. Yes, now swap. So here 40 will come, here 50 will come. Now 50, 60. So now j is 3. Is it greater? See, it should be smaller than 6. It should be smaller than 6. See, smaller than n minus 1. Means still here you need to go. Smaller than 6 is 5. Is it greater 50 and 60? No. Then increment j is smaller than 6. Yes. 60, 70. Is it greater? No. Then 5. 70 and 15, is it greater? 70 is greater than, yes. So 15 will be here and 70 will be here. So when I is 0, after this iteration, you are going to get one element sorted in the correct position. One element you will get, the biggest element you will get at the end. So 20, then 40, then 50, then 60, then 15, then 70. So till this it is going to be in correct position. Now I will increment to 1. Now I will increment to 1. Now I will be 1. So this is the array you got after this, and 1 is smaller than n. Yes, n is your 7. It is smaller. So after this you are going to get 10, 20, 10, 20, 40, 50, 60, 60, 15, and 70 and 70. Now again j will run from 0 till, now j will run till n minus 1 minus I. So now I is here, n is your 7. So 7 minus 1 minus 1, that is 7 minus 2, that is smaller than 5, smaller than 5. Okay, see, because 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because this it is not required now. It is not required now. You should not compare this. It is already sorted. It is now in correct position, so it is not required. So you will do this now. That's why I am writing here minus I. Now j is your 0. You will compare a of j, whether is it greater than a of j plus 1. Whether this element is it greater than j plus 1. So 10 is greater than 20. No. Again increment 1. 20 is greater. No. Increment. 40 is greater. No. Again increment. 50 is greater. No. 60 is great. Then 3 is this. Then 4. 60 is greater. See, it will run till 5 only. Yes, 4 is smaller than 5. Till only it will do. So I need to go till here. By going here, I can compare this two because j plus 1 I am doing. 60 is greater than this. Yes, it's greater than swap. So 15 will be here. 60 will be here. So now I will be 2. So when I will be 2, the array will look like, here it is going to 10, 20, 40, then 50, then 15, then 60, then 70. So your n is your 7 only. And now see, when I is your 2, you have placed two elements in its correct position. So now again j will increment to 0 till now n minus 1 minus I. So now I is your 2 means n minus 3, that is your 7 minus 3 is your 4. So 0, index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you should go till here j should go because smaller than j should be smaller than this. because if you'll go there, you can compare this. Now J0, is it greater? No. J increment 1. 20 is greater? No. Again increment. 40 is greater? No. Increment. 50 is greater? Yes, 50 is greater. Now you will swap 15 and 50. So when I will be 3, so when I will be, now I will increment to 3. So the array will look like, 10, 20, 10, 20, 40, then 15, then 50, then 60, then 70. Till this you got. Similarly, I is smaller than n. Yes, it is smaller than n. N is your 7. Now 0, 1, 2, 3. So j is your 0. Now I will go a little bit fast. Okay. So you understood how it is doing. So now j will go is smaller than n minus 1 minus I. So n minus 1 is your 6. 6 minus 3 is your 3. Smaller than 3 it should go. So 0 is smaller than a of j. A of j is greater than a of j plus 1? No. Then increment greater 2. Not greater than 2. Greater, yes. So 15 will be here, 40 will be here. So then I will increment to 4, and it will look like, 10, 20, 15, 10, 20, 15, 40, 40, then 50, then 60, then 70. N is your 7. I should be smaller than 7. Okay, till this it will go. Till 6 iteration we require. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now j will again go. J equal to 0. 0. It will go till n minus 1 minus I. So now n minus 1 is 6. 6 minus 1 and 3, 5. N minus. So it should be 2. So till here 0 and 1. So 10, 20 is smaller? No. So is it greater? Aj means 10 is greater than a of j plus 1? No. 20 is greater? Yes, 20 is greater. So j will increment to 1, smaller than 2, yes, it's greater. So it will go to 15 and 20. So I will be 5, and then it will look like 10, then 15, then 20, then 40, then 50, then 60, then 70. So I is now here again smaller than 7, and now j will again start. So j will now 0, and it will run till smaller than n minus 1 minus I. So that is n minus 7 minus 6, that is 1. So till here only once. 10 is smaller than, 10 is greater? No. So it will go out of that. So again, when I is equal to 6, you are going to get this only. Till this it is going to get sorted. Now is it smaller? Yes. Again you will compare, only one element will be there. So j will compare n minus 1 minus I. So 7 minus 1 minus 7, it will not get inside that. Okay, because j I is your 6, is your going to 0, is going to 0 means only one element, no need to compare, only one element. Okay, so that's why I've told you, you should even run it till n minus 1, till n minus, because only one element, no matter it is. So you can even write here, in a correct way. If you understood this, you can write here till n minus, I, n minus 1, n minus 1. Is it clear? You can write n minus 1. See, it is a very correct way. Okay, so if you run this loop till n and this also till n, then also it will be correct, but you don't require, see, this way if you write, someone will think that you are having good knowledge of the algorithm, okay, of this code. Understood? So this is the simple way of bubble sort. Here always it is going to take, always this loop is running till n times. Okay, and always here this loop is going to run, means at least n times, means here it is going to run. If you'll see this, in worst case, in every time this is going to run. See, if we analyze this, every time the inner loop, whatever times the inner loop is going to run, this inner loop is going to run, that is going to determine the time complexity. So first it is going to run till n minus 1, the inner loop is going to run till n minus 1. Then again it is going to run n minus 2, then n minus 3, then n minus 4, 1, it is getting reduced till it is going to go till 1. So every time it is going to run in this way. So it is going to be your n into, it is sum of n minus 1 natural number, it is sum of n minus 1 natural number, it is sum of n minus 1 natural number. So that formula is n into n plus 1. So n is here, n plus 1 is going to your n minus 1 plus 1 is going to your n only by 2. So you are going to get big of n square. So if we use this bubble sort, always the average case, best case, and worst case is always going to your big of n square, that is the way. So if we'll use this not modified, not improved bubble sort, this is the simple bubble sort, where I am not giving the adaptability, means it is here, it is not able to say that whether the given element is sorted or not. Means if I'll give this, if to this input, if I'll give the one sorted input like 1 2 3 4 5, then also it is going to iterate. Then also see, first it will be here, then this will get sorted, then this will get sorted, then this will get sorted, because it is not having adaptability. I have told you the adaptability. Okay, so to improve that, we are having a improved bubble sort. Is it clear to all of you? Here always we are getting big of n square. Whatever will be the input for this input, also it will run till n square. Is it clear? Please let me know. Anyone having any doubt, please let me know. Then, so because of that, now we will see improved bubble sort. Okay, in improved bubble sort, it is having the adaptability. It will say that whether the element is sorted or not. So if it is sorted, no need to again go see. If it is sorted, in first iteration you will find that it is sorted. Okay, then no need to go further, no need to do further. So what I will do, I will use one flag. In bubble sort. In bubble sort, it will have the array. It will have the array int size, and I will use the one swapped, and initially it will make, I will make it as 0. Okay, I will make it as 0. So no need to make here 0. I can make in somewhere also. In the code I will make. So I am using one variable that as a flag it is going to indicate that swapped is going to say that whether your the array that you have given, whether it is already sorted or not. So for I equal to 0, I is smaller than n minus 1, I plus plus, initially I am making swap equal to 0. Means it is swap equal to 0 is indicating that it is already in increasing order. It is already in increasing order. Now for j equal to 0, j will go till n minus 1 minus I j plus plus, now if array of j is greater than array of j plus 1, if you are going inside, then you are going to do the swap. You are calling the swap a of j on a of j plus 1 on these two input, and you are making swapped equal to 1. You are making swapped equal to 1. This is indicating that you have done this swap. This is indicating that you have done this swap. Means the array is not in a sorted order. If some element is greater, then only you are doing the swap. So when you are doing the swap, it means the array is not in a sorted order. But if this iteration you have never seen that your a of j is greater than a of j plus 1. See here, a of j here 0 is not greater than, index 0 is not greater than the value at index 1. 1 is not greater than 2, 2 is not greater than 3. So in that case, before going to this again next iteration, you check if swap is equal to 0, then break. You do the break, or you return whatever what you can do. You return this punch or break, anything you can do, or you do break or return anything. I am writing break only, so let it be. So since I am using break statement, it will go from out of the loop which is enclosing that. So it is enclosing which loop? This outer loop, this loop, it is enclosing this. Okay, so now the function again. Understood? Is it clear? See, this gate, this, and this one, this. Now after this for loop, I am checking if swap is again equal to 0. it means you haven't did any swap, means the array is already sorted. So no need to again do, no need to again call, again iteration. Is it clear? So in this way, it will reduce the time complexity. Now it is having the adaptability. Now it will say if the array is in ascending order. If I'll give now every time, now it is not going to take big of n square. Please let me know whether it is clear or not. So now if we'll give a sorted order like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So only once the outer for loop will run till n minus 1, till n minus 1. Okay, even less than n minus yeah n minus 1 till it will run. So it is going to take big of n, big of n. Now base case I have improved, now I have increased the base case. So by this I am able to increase the base case. So the improved is going to increase the base case. Is it clear to all of you? So here the variable, so I am giving the now note, you can note it down. Here the variable swap, here the variable swap is used to, is used for optimal implementation. Okay, it is going to use for implementation optimal implementation. It indicates, it indicate whether, it indicate whether the array, it indicate whether the array is, it indicate whether the array is already sorted or not. It indicate whether the array is already sorted or not. If the array, if the array is already sorted, if the array is already sorted, if the array is already sorted, then then we don't then we don't want to, then we don't want to again, then we don't want to again repeat repeat the loop, then we don't want to again repeat the. So if you're done with the writing, then you can let me know. If we see that the pairwise relative position, the pairwise relative position of all the element, of all the element in the array, in the array are in correct, are in correct relative position, and then we can, then we can conclude, then we can conclude, then we can conclude that array is sorted. So if we see that the pairwise relative position of all the element in the array are in correct relative position, then we can say, then we can conclude that array is sorted. Then we can conclude that array is sorted. So here the variable I, this is the explanation of the code. Here the variable I is used to, is used to remember, is used to remember the correct. See, if you will miss anything in this slide, then you can let me know. Okay. The variable I is used to remember the current iteration, the current iteration, and I is always, and I is always going to, going to specify, going to specify the number of, the number of, the number of largest element, the number of largest element, the number of largest element in array, in array occupied, number of largest element occupied the, the correct, correct position. The variable j, the variable j is used for is used for pairwise is used for pairwise comparison is used for pairwise comparison. Variable j we are using for pairwise comparison, and variable I we are indicating is used to remember the correct iteration, and I is always going to specify the number of largest element in the array occupied the correct position. So I is always going to specify the number of largest element occupied the correct position. Okay, now we are going to see the time complexity, and even you can give a note and you can write. So advantage: improved bubble sort is an implementation of adaptability is an implementation of adaptability adaptive sort or adaptability, you can say that. Adapt- so there we have seen many features, and you have to say that whether all the features are occupied here or not. So here swapping also we are doing. Okay, swapping also we are doing. So implementation of adaptability sort, it is even in place sort. What is in place sort? Because space complexity is going to be a constant. Okay, in place, because no other variable, see, only you require here swapped I and j, this constant you are requiring. So in place, it is an in place sort, and stability is also there because you are maintaining the relative position. Okay, stability is also there. Stable sort, you can say that. A stable sort. Okay, it's a stable sort. Yeah, so it is in place sort as well as a stable sort also. Disadvantage only is that in worst case this is going to take big of n square. Now we will see. So let me first see space complexity. I think, is it done? So space complexity is going to, let me write here only. Space complexity is going to your big of 1. It's going to your big of 1 because only constant memory you require. Now we will analyze the time complexity. So what is going to be the average case, worst case, and best case? So time complexity. Now, when worst case happen, when you are getting some number like in descending order and you are doing sorting in increasing order like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so then it will get greater 5. Then here it's 4, 5. Then here it will get then 3, 5 like this. So like this you are going to do. So the worst case happen. The worst case, the worst case input, the worst case input for bubble sort. Yeah, correct. Rod. Average case is also big of n square. So the worst case input for bubble sort, which is sorting in increasing order, which is sorting in in ascending order, in ascending order is when all the array element is when all the array element is in when all the array element is in descending order, is in descending order. So when all the array element is in descending order. Okay. The time complexity, the time complexity of bubble sort, the time complexity of bubble sort depends on number of comparison, number of comparisons done in inner for inner for loop, number of comparison done in inner for loop, and in worst case, the number of comparison, the number of comparison, the number of comparison is n minus 1 plus n minus 2 plus n minus 3. Like this it will go till 1. So it will be n minus 1 n by 2 big of n square. So in worst case it is going to big of n square. So the time complexity of bubble sort depends on the number of compression done in the inner for loop. How many compression you are doing in inner for loop means how many times the inner for loop is running, that is going to define the time complexity. And in best case, now I will see the best case. In best case after the first n minus 1 iteration in inner for loop, we found out we found out that no swap, no no swap no swap is required. That is swap equal to 0. Then the time complexity, is big of n. This happen when the array is already sorted in ascending order. So this is the, now if you are doing means if after two and third iteration, after means third iteration. Now if I'll ask you that after third iteration the swapped value is now 0. Now what is going to be the time complexity? Means after second and third iteration of the inner for loop. So first time n minus 1 times it has run the inner loop. Then again n minus 2 times it has run. Then again n minus 3 times. After third iteration we have found out that the array is in sorted list. Means let's assume you are having some element like 50, 40, then 10, 20. Okay, or 30. So what you are doing, like you did swap, so 50 will be here 50, then first 40 will be what I mean. So now you are going to get here 40, 40, here 50, then 10, then 20, then 30. Then swap these two, then 40, then 10, then 50, then 20, 30. Then swap these two, 20, 50, then swap these two, 30, 50, 20, 10, 40. So after first iteration you got this. Now after second iteration you will got 10, 20, 30 and 40. Okay. So after two iteration you are going to get, after two iteration you are getting the sorted list. So in that case also the time complexity will be, so first iteration will be big of n minus 1, and then second iteration will be big of n minus 2, is going to be big of n only, is going to be big of n. Okay, so if the after two times, after three times, after it is getting the sorted list, then also it is the case. Okay, so let me write for second and third iteration, and third iteration also, for second and third iteration also we get linear time complexity, linear time complexity, because big of n minus 1 plus big of n minus 2 plus big of n minus 3 is going to your big of n. Okay, so when it will become n square, when it will become n square, when you are taking more iteration, so let me consider that case, like when it is in descending order, if you are sorting in increasing order, ascending order. Okay, so we will assume some k as the number of iteration, we can assume as k as the number of iteration. Let the number of iteration, let the number of iteration for inner for loop, inner for loop is k, then the time complexity, then the time complexity is big of kn. So how many times the inner you are doing, that is going to a time complexity kn, and as k is, and as long as k is not as big as, and as long as k is not big as n, we get we get time complexity, as big of, okay, as long as k is not equal to n, we got time complexity as n. In case in case the number of iteration are very close to, in case the number of iteration number of iteration that is k is very close to n, then we get big of n square as time complexity. Then we are going to get big of n square as time complexity. So worst case is going to be big of n square. Average case is also going to be big of n square, and best case is going to be big of n. Okay. So best case is big O of 1, big O of n. Worst case, big O of n square. Average case is also big O of n square. So disadvantage is the time complexity. Disadvantage is worst case and average case is big of n square. So that's why generally even scientists don't recommend to use bubble sort. Okay.